I'd been sitting with a feeling that took a long time to name. Not because it was dramatic or painful in a way that demanded attention, but because it arrived quietly. So quietly that I almost mistook it for peace. It wasn't a single moment. No argument. No raised voices. No door closing. It was more like standing in a familiar room and slowly realizing the furniture had been rearranged. Not enough to notice at first, but enough that you no longer knew exactly where to sit. The realization came gently, and that's what made it uncomfortable. I haven't been left behind. I haven't been cut off. I'm still here. But I've been repositioned. Not pushed away. Not rejected. Just moved to the side. Contact still exists. We still talk. We still see each other. There are visits. There are messages. There is warmth. If someone asked, "Are you close with your child?" I would say yes. And I would mean it. But something essential has changed, and I struggle to describe it without sounding ungrateful. I'm present, but no longer central. Included, but not involved. Remembered, but rarely required. There was a time when my role felt solid. Not important in a dramatic sense, but necessary. I was part of the structure of things. Decisions passed through me. Questions landed in my lap. Uncertainty was shared before it turned into action. I didn't always have the answers. Sometimes I only had perspective. Sometimes I only had experience and the patience to sit with the problem until it softened. And that was enough. I didn't notice when that role began to shrink. It didn't disappear overnight. It just thinned. There were small moments. A decision mentioned casually that I hadn't known was being considered. Plans already arranged by the time I heard about them. Life updates delivered cleanly, efficiently, as if the thinking had already been done elsewhere. I adjusted without complaint. I told myself this was how it was supposed to be. That independence was something to celebrate, not mourn. But slowly, the pattern became clear. I was no longer part of the process. I was part of the notification. There's a difference between being involved and being informed. I understand that now. Being involved means your presence shapes the outcome, even slightly. Being informed means the outcome already exists, and your role is simply to acknowledge it. Most of the time, I nod. I listen. I respond with encouragement. I don't interrupt. I don't question. I don't offer advice unless it's asked for. Which is rare. Everyone is polite. That's the part that makes this harder to talk about. There's kindness in every interaction. No tension. No coldness. No obvious distance. And yet there's a carefulness now. A courtesy that feels less like closeness and more like maintenance. It's hard to grieve something that hasn't been taken away, only gently set aside. Some nights, I ask myself questions I never thought I would need to ask. Am I outdated? Not wrong, just old-fashioned in a way that doesn't fit anymore? Am I inconvenient? Does involving me slow things down? Complicate things that feel easier handled alone? Or am I simply tolerated now, in the way we tolerate furniture we don't use but aren't ready to throw away? I don't like these thoughts. They feel unfair. But they come anyway, uninvited, in the quiet hours. I watch the world move faster than it used to. Decisions made quickly. Solutions found online. Answers available instantly. There's less room for pauses. Less patience for uncertainty. Wisdom doesn't announce itself loudly anymore. It waits. And waiting doesn't always fit into modern life. I don't judge this. I try not to. I understand that every generation builds its own rhythm. I know my child isn't doing anything wrong. They are living the life they were taught to live, independent, capable, forward-moving. Still, there's a fear I never say out loud. It's not the fear of being unloved. I don't believe that. It's the fear of being unnecessary. Of being alive, present, breathing. But no longer useful in a way that feels real. I wonder what respect means now. Is it silence? Is it distance? Is it letting someone live without your voice in their decisions? Or is respect something that still makes space for experience, for memory, for a perspective shaped by time? I don't have an answer. I'm trying to learn how to stand in this new place without resentment. How to accept a smaller role without shrinking myself. How to remain available without becoming invisible. Some days I manage it well. Other days, the quiet feels heavier than I expect. So I leave this thought here, not as a complaint, not as a request, but as something to sit with. When a parent is no longer needed, but still very much alive, what does connection look like then?